for that one.
Hey everybody, welcome to Popcorn Planet. We are live here, and I saw you, Michael Caratuo. Thank you for the donation. Michael Caratuo sent a tweet over that a super chat said, "I heard Tom Holland is casted for Link, as in Zelda." And so I went to see where he might be hearing this from, and of course it's from We Got This Covered. We got this covered. They don't have anything covered, but they're saying Tom Holland reportedly eyed to play Link in Netflix Legend of Zelda. Now let me say something here. I don't know anything. I'm speculating, but I do know something that tells me this is complete BS. And could they make a deal with Netflix? I suppose. And could Tom Holland be good casting? I actually not. That it could be cool. I'm not down. I'm not against the idea. And that's what We Got This Covered, and sites like this tend to do. Is like, all right, cool. Let's just link things that would be cool. Links. Let's link things that could be cool that fans will jump on, and then we got it first. And so that's interesting. But the reason I know this is false is because I actually did a report on this, and you guys didn't click on it, but you should have. I did a report on this a while back talking about the Super Mario Brothers movie. And I got all my, hey everybody, what's up? Yellow, Paul, Chris, Adon are all here with me. We're live. But the reason I feel very confident this is clearly a lie is because my insiders who told me information about that Super Mario Brothers movie, which you can go watch, I'll link it at the end here. That Super Mario Brothers video movie is the first of many if it works. And so the key there being like Nintendo is the scoop, a part of the scoop of the story and everything. I talked about which Mario it's about and which characters, but everything's going smoothly. And there's a new report saying it's planning for 2022, I think. It's on deck, and Nintendo, the Mario creator, is still on board and excited. And so the reality is, yes, they're making a Super Mario Brothers movie with Illumination, who did the Minions movie and Secret Life of Pets with Chris Melisandre. I don't know his name, but he's the guy who runs Illumination. Anyway, he's working closely with the creator of Nintendo and Mario, and they're working together on this movie. And it's been slow going, but I spoke to some insiders there who gave me insight on it. And everyone there is super excited about it. They're like, dude, it's awesome. It's exactly what everyone hopes it would be. We're working very closely with Nintendo. The animators behind it are such big fans. It's good. People are going to be so excited. We're really excited. This is it's all pure love. It's exactly what you want it to be, et cetera, et cetera. But the follow-up to that story in that article is the fact that Nintendo is ready to do other projects. They want to, but this is the tester. They need to do this one first, and the relationship is with Illumination Universal. So I don't believe Netflix would get this right because Universal now has Peacock. There's no way. I mean, unless it's a co-financing deal where Netflix is throwing a ton of money up too, I'd be shocked by that because Universal's about to do a whole Nintendo park. Universal and Illumination have too much at stake right now to give that up to Netflix. So the fact that We Got This Covered is saying it's a Netflix deal to me exactly where it proves they're full of S, because why on earth would they give it to Netflix? There's been talk about it for a while. Just people have been sort of saying it. So I think they're just sort of doing it. But I don't see how the deal would get away from Illumination and Universal, because that is who is currently finally gotten Nintendo back to making movies. Because you guys know they have a bad track. They still have a lot of seriously bad taste in their mouth given the Super Mario Brothers movie. So they don't want to wreck that again, and they don't want to give up any of their properties until they know, okay, we're good. And my sources specifically said Zelda is next. So there's a Zelda movie on deck. There's a Zelda project on deck, absolutely. Is it animated, is it live? Who knows? But from everything I've heard, Super Mario Brothers has to work first. They got to make sure the relationship is good. They got to trust them. There's a trust thing going right now between Universal, Illumination, and Nintendo. And all signs point to it's moving in a direction where we finally actually get that Super Mario Brothers movie. And if that happens and you guys support it and we all like it, that's when more Nintendo movies are going to come out, because they're not going to do it until they know, all right, we finally figured this out. So what do you guys think? I mean, that to me, again, We Got This Covered. Always bear it with a huge, huge pinch of salt because they're often wrong. They're often clickbait nonsense. And while this idea is interesting, I'm curious, taking that now, discrediting it that it's as a Netflix series, all that would be cool. And maybe Universal will make some sort of deal and decide Netflix is going to pay more than it's worth for us putting it on Peacock. I find that immensely hard to believe because they need shows on Peacock. Why would you give up IP to Netflix right now when Illumination has the Nintendo deal? Unless something crazy is going on and they don't like the Illumination deal. But from everything I've heard, there was a new press release that came out saying that they're still working on it. It seems odd they would just immediately jump to Netflix with that series when Illumination's clearly trying to get in bed with them. But what do you guys? So anything is possible, I will say. But this could be true, and it still wouldn't mean We Got This Covered was right. You know what I mean? Like that's the problem of what We Got This Covered does is they place their bets.
Just slow down a little bit.
The only way that's going to make it onto Netflix is if it's international, because we don't have Peacock in Australia, and I'm pretty sure they have it over in the UK. So the only way it's going to make it onto Netflix is internationally.
Yeah.
And even then, I think it's going to be like a deal with the Peacock to do that. Yeah.
Just to distribute it.
Just look. It says the Spider-Man Homecoming style would be a good fit if you look at the beginning of the second paragraph.
Except Link doesn't talk
if it's even been if he's even been approached. So he hasn't even been approached. They haven't even got information if he's been approached. Yeah, I think he'd be a good fit.
That's what the author is saying. Yes, David James is saying, I think Tom Holland would be a good fit, and I'm just going to make up that Netflix is eyeing him. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's been rumors of Netflix.
A good character to me.
There's been rumors of Netflix. Yeah, there's been rumors of Netflix trying to do a series of Zelda for a while, even before sort of more Illumination stuff. So I get where that's coming from. It would say, but I think you go beyond Netflix. I'd be shocked. I mean, unless Nintendo wants to make all their deals with Netflix. But you got to remember, Universal and Nintendo are very tightly wined right now because of the theme parks. They want to keep it all together. There we go.
That's his reaction to this article.
But there's no way, fam. There's no way. First of all, the only reason why Nintendo is even thinking about trying to make all these properties, one's because they want to make money, and they saw what the Avengers did, so they absolutely want to get in on that Smash Brothers universe. You know that's a thing that they want to make a Smash Brothers universe for sure. You can't spread everything out. You can't have one over here with Illumination going to Peacock or going to the movie theaters and have one on Netflix and then bring them all together. No one's going to be able to accept that. Even the most successful of film franchise, the MCU, would never be able to take their shows from Netflix and their movie things and put them together and say, "Hey, here, present that." That's just not something they would be able to do. So,
and I don't think I would
say the. Please.
Well, I was just saying, if I'm Nintendo, I would much rather want to bet on Illumination right now and their animation capabilities than go to Netflix.
This is going to be like a multi-billion-dollar deal because Nintendo is very exclusionary with their IPs. So they're going to, and I do think everyone wants a franchise. So I do think there's going to be a Smash Brothers universe. Of course, there is.
I said it first.
So they're going to
try to take my take.
They're going to do those individual, I made that. Like Star Fox, all the rest of it. They're going to do their individual movies first and then bring them together.
Donkey Kong, Kirby.
Which is why I think they might do animated rather than the real life route. I think they'll do animated. And I think here's case
in point.
It will work better.
Office is an NBC Universal show, and they paid $500 million to get it back from Netflix. So it's like there's a reason because they need it on Peacock. So while Netflix people, to be clear, Netflix,
Universal the movie too just ain't cutting it.
Universal has projects on Netflix. Like there's a Spy Kid, and there's a Fast and the Furious cartoon. And there's a Jurassic World cartoon that Universal does have some deals on Netflix right now, but I would be shocked that moving forward, now that Peacock is a huge priority for them, that they would continue that Netflix Universal deal that they've had. There's some DreamWorks stuff that's on there, and they've definitely made some deals with Netflix. However, Nintendo, dude, why would you give up that crown jewel to Netflix? To me, that's weird. Now, Nintendo, I guess, is a free agent. I don't know the deal. I don't know the specific deals, but I know the parks has, the Nintendo lands. So now they're cozying up with them. And it all would make sense that if they're happy with the Illumination treatment, they could do other things. Now, Illumination wouldn't make a live action Zelda. I think they should make a live action Zelda. I don't think it should be animated. So maybe it's different, but yeah, I don't know. This reeks of just a fan casting trying to get it out there before it ever happens. But do you guys like the idea of Tom Holland as Link? Is that actually a fun fan casting idea or no?
No.
I mean,
he's also going to be Drake. He's also playing Uncharted already.
What to voice him?
Drake.
No, to be Link. He would be Link.
Link or live action?
Live action.
I don't want a live action.
No, I don't.
I don't think it'll work.
So you want an animated Zelda? You don't want a live action Zelda?
I think that if they went animated, and I think Nintendo knows their
audience,
their fans, the fans will want it to be animated as well. And Super Mario Brothers would really.
I totally
work
disagree with you
animated.
on that.
Like,
I totally disagree.
I don't think you could do Mario Brothers live action. It doesn't make sense.
No, it's not.
Have
Mario Brothers.
Italian plumber jump down.
No, Mario Brothers is Mario Brothers. They're going to do it like the style of Mario. It's going to look like Super Mario 3 World. It's going to look like Mario Brothers. But for Zelda, I don't agree with you. I think you could totally put real people in Zelda and make a cool movie.
But he never speaks.
Effects are good now, and you could get good kid. There's ways to make that work, I think.
Also, the other thing I wanted to say about
in the cartoons.
There's right, sure.
True,
so when we're referencing
the games,
when we're referencing the Zelda cartoon, we're down the rabbit hole too far. All right.
Yeah. We're talking about games.
All right, Adon, Adon, any thoughts on the Zelda animated or cartoon? And do you like animated or live action? And do you like Tom Holland?
I actually never played Zelda and never watched the cartoon, but my only reference was like, yeah, he doesn't speak. I at least know that, and so I'm like. You're looking at all Tom Holland role playing as a character who can't talk. So that would be the only reason I would be intrigued to see how he does on that. And I know he has some new films that came out that are going to be more character driven. So I would actually watch it, but I don't think this Netflix is going to be able to get the rights to this. Honestly.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, how much money are they making? They've put so much money into like original IP so far. Like, look at all the stuff that's dropping that's original, and the amount of the actors that they're paying.
They've spent
Chris Hemsworth.
They've spent a lot of money.
They've lost a
lot of money too. Yeah.
The reality is the last Airbender action series. Now that I finally finished it, I'm like, how do you afford that as a live action show? Like, it gets crazy at times. So yeah, I don't know where the budget's going to go. But anyway, that's what we got. Just wanted to put that to bed. Again, anything is possible in this world, but we got this covered. Should not get the credit because there's no way that's a deal right now. Netflix. Why would Universal give up their relationship with Nintendo right now to give it to Netflix when they got to make Peacock an item? Now, putting the Zelda show on Peacock would suck because I don't want to have to buy Peacock. But that's the type of IP that they need to get people to go to Peacock.
Move to Australia to be on Netflix.
I mean, having Nintendo stuff be exclusive to Peacock and then in theaters is the way you do it. If you're
remember, Peacock has a free tier. You think they put any of it?
Yeah, but they want to. I guess it's got commercials or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
we went through the Peacock thing, and it was the contents there are terrible. We'll keep the conversation going here live. If you miss us live, join us every Thursday for Nerd Wars, where we do Nerd Wars and just talk about cool news topics. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more topics and conversations here on Popcorn Planet. If you're watching live, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.